One wonders if there is a final question at all, one question that will answer all questions. We haven't thought about it. We just thought about it just now. Is there a question or an inquiry not an experience, because experiences are always limited, and experiences are conditioned by one's own desires, intentions, and limitations. So one cannot possibly rely on experiences. They are the most doubtful things in the world. Even this so-called spiritual experiences. I'm sure most of you want that kind of experience that will sustain one, give one energy, and so on. But every experience, however deep, however wide or intricate, such experiences are limited because there is always an experiencer who is experiencing. Right? And the experiencer is the past memories, his background. And according to that background, the experiencer recognizes the experience and lives with it, hoping he'll have greater experience. But the greater experience, or the wider, deeper, is still always limited, because there is the experiencer. Now the question arises, which I'm putting to you, whether there is anything to experience at all. Except biological, sexual experiences and so on. Apart from those physical reactions and so on, is there any experience at all? Why do we want experiences? Please, as we said, we are inquiring into this together, not the speaker is saying something and you either reject or accept or pass it by. But if you could examine this very interesting question, is there, apart from the ordinary biological experiences and so on, is there any necessity of experience at all? Experiences apparently keep one awake. Experience or problems are something thrown at you, especially the meaning of that word, problem, is something projected at you. That is a problem. The meaning, the root meaning of that word. And experience also means to go through, not hold on what you have gone So, does the brain need problems to keep it awake? Challenges, crises, shocks? Does it need these things to keep it awake? Because we live such a superficial lives, and we are satisfied by it. Most of us at least. And by all the education and so on, we become rather mechanical and lazy, indolent. And to keep us awake, we feel problems, pressures, and so on, need to keep the brain alert. Right? Can the brain be alert, extremely watchful, without any drugs, problems, challenges, shocks? Have we ever inquired into this at all? Or we are so eager to have something more, something better, measuring always, which makes the mind still more dull. It's a dull mind asking for more. Right? But we're not being cynical, please. But if we could inquire into something and find out whether the brain, which has been conditioned for millennia upon millennia, conditioned through various accidents, incidents, pressures, propaganda, programmed, can that brain be naturally, without any effort, be fully awake? To find that out, one must reject totally all experiences, except the experiences, physical experience, psychological experiences must be totally rejected. And so not depend on pressures, impressions, stimulations. You are being now, by the speaker, being stimulated, unfortunately. He will act as a drug, like coffee, tea, or stronger drugs, alcohol, and so on. If one depends on these things as a stimulant to keep the brain alert, then you are merely sustaining the mechanical process. And the brain has become, for most of us, mechanical, repetitive. So, to live a life without a single challenge, which doesn't mean it goes to sleep, without a single demand, both outwardly or inwardly. So the brain is extraordinarily active. Action is not movement. I wonder for it. May I go into a little bit? Interest you there? Action is not movement. Movement implies time, right? To go from here, there, and so on. Any kind of movement is in the realm of time and thought, right? All movement, both physical and psychological or thought, is contained in the field of time. Right? And action is not of time. Action is not having done, and the remembrance of the things that have been done, or experience or problem solved, which is all the background, which is time, or the future is also time. Therefore, action is instant. The very living of it immediate, instantly. Are we conveying something of this? So we are talking over together the question of a brain that has been so spoiled, so shocked, so wounded. Any shock is a wound. And or any hurt. To have such a brain that which is not capable of being hurt psychologically. You may receive a shock when you fall down the staircase. That's a different matter. I hope you won't fall down the staircase. But the shock that one receives, or bad news, or you suddenly, the doctor says, "Old chap, you've got cancer." Or the shock of someone leaving you. All those kind of shocks, wounding naturally the brain with, so that it is constantly in a strain. But to have a mind which is untouchable by circumstances. You understand? Such a brain is something extraordinary. That's part of meditation. Not all the silly stuff that's going on. So we are asked, is there a question which will answer all questions? Only one question. We've answered it. Right?